Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
I'm ready.
The recording is going. Let me start this up. What's up, guys? This is episode 39 of DeltaHalo, the podcast all about competitive Halo and the HCS Pro League. Cat's here with me. As always, MattyIce is sick. He had some bad sushi. So we're not going to be having him on here to, give us all his wisdom that he has. But you're here, and that's great. And so am I. So what's been going on?
Man, just been gaming, but I'm not a sushi guy. Nope.
Never?
Not at all. I mean, I'll do some shrimp tempura. I don't even know how to say it. But that's cooked shrimp, so it's okay.
Yeah, right.
I'm not going to eat anything raw. MattyIce, you're crazy.
Well, he made the bad choice of his power going out and leaving sushi in a fridge and then going back to it like 6 hours later thinking it was still good.
It's raw meat, man.
That's not good judgment.
Jeez,
Anyway.
you just would have slapped down a frying pan. Okay.
That could have been good.
Yeah. No, I've been just playing Halo. We had Social Snipers back. I got to rip that up quite a bit.
Nice.
Well, we had our game night.
Yep.
And
Yep.
pretty much just still addicted to Halo. I've been getting a lot of messages lately while I'm playing. Like I got 5 in one night. Now I don't know if that was yesterday or the night before, but I got 5 messages in one night from other players, like on other teams.
Really?
Yeah, I got like a bunch of good games. And then the one guy, he was like, good game. And I sent him, thanks, dude, back. And he didn't appreciate that. He's like, normally when someone says good game, you say good game back.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh man, the Halo community is being nice. And then that happened.
What, does he just want someone to make him feel good? Like,
Yeah, you know what? I mean, thanks, man. I felt like I did pretty good.
Well,
I can't say great game to him because I was playing with randos and the teammates just weren't very good. So, I mean, he could have had a good game. I don't know. I played a great game, though. I know I did.
That's just so petty. Like, come on.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. And then I got another guy saying, you won't get champion sneaking around, you scrub.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah, we beat him in SWAT. Crushed him.
That sounds like something.
Well, he did good on his team, but there was 2 champions and we still won. I think I went 19-7 or something. So,
dang.
and then I sent him some trash talk back saying, I'm like, yeah, but winners will. and then he went back and he's like, well, your win-loss ratio means that's not going to happen. And I just gave him you don't say that back. So
And that was it. He was
that
done.
was it. Yeah, he stopped doing it.
That sounds like something Maddie would say about the crouching around, even though it's a strategic mechanic in the game. Like, I don't understand that argument whatsoever.
I was gonna say because if we won doing that, then technically I could probably keep doing that and keep winning.
I mean, you see pros do it every single game. Like, it's a part of the game. There's a radar. Like, crouch exists for a reason.
Radar isn't even in SWAT.
That's true.
So there's no radar, and I had 19 kills. How much was I hiding to get 19 kills?
Right.
Man, I'm sneaky. So
you just had to have some reason to say to give you crap for winning.
Yep. So that was pretty much my week of Halo, and I got to play some Ark. Playing some Ark.
Oh, nice.
Man, when you get the itch for Ark, it's awesome.
Well, I tried playing it over the weekend, but you can't do a solo server, can you?
No, you can't. Well, it can't be like a server everybody can join when you're not home.
Gotcha.
You can do it, but the guy who is hosting it has to be there. And you got like a range, you can't go away from the host, which actually works out in the better for when you're like dying. You just spawn on each other.
Well, yeah.
They made that area bigger though.
I tried making one by myself, and it wouldn't let me go into the game.
Because you were going to server host. You were trying to host your own server because you can do that. Like if I had an extra Xbox, I could leave that Xbox on all the time, and then people can just join up and play on my server. One day maybe I'll do that.
Interesting.
extra. But I thought Minecraft makes it so you can actually do a dedicated server, like host one, and not have to have your Xbox on. I'm
Yeah.
not sure. I haven't played Minecraft in a while.
I just wanted to hop in and run around and build stuff. I didn't want to have, deal with other people. I just wanted to go in and and survive. I don't know.
Yeah, man, I don't have time for that actual rule gameplay. It's so slow. We just make a map that you level up as fast as you can, you collect as much
Yeah.
stuff as you can, and just build fast and make sweet stuff and go collect monsters.
Yeah,
It's
that's
awesome.
that's what I was trying to do. I had everything set to like the maximum speed, and it was just gonna be fun. But yeah, whatever. Thanks a lot, Ark.
And you go into, play till 11, then you look down, it's 4 in the morning.
Yeah. See, that's what I can't do.
Yeah, me either. And it does take time. I mean, 2 hours, we're like, yeah, let's get in and play. We played 3 hours and we're barely building.
Yeah, it just melts time.
So I did pretty much waste some Halo time on that game. That's like,
It's good
yeah,
to
that's
change
pretty
it up.
fun.
I was
What'd you do?
playing some SSX
Oh,
backwards
man.
compat over the weekend, and some of the new Need for Speed, which is just awful.
Is it?
Horrible. The story's cool. The gameplay is just so bad. Like the
Is it like
handling,
open world?
it is, but it looks cool. Like everything about it could be great, except the actual gameplay itself. Like the driving, handling, it's bad. Like it doesn't feel natural. It's not what you expect the car to feel like. I just could not get into it. I literally played it for like 10 minutes and was done because it handled terribly.
Man, I just want them to make a remake of the old Hot Pursuit, like the original, and just have it so other players can be cops on those tight, normal, just track maps that they had.
Oh yeah, I
That
forgot
you
about
got to know so well because
that was
they're so
so
arcadey.
yeah, that was so weird because that was cops and you on a like racing track, right?
Yeah, and just like you just had to go and cops were there. It's like a very, very limited Grand Theft Auto or something.
That's funny.
But man, it was fun. I'm sick of open world racers. I'm like, I hate Forza Horizon. I hate Forza. I hate them all.
Forza Horizon's easily Forza Horizon 2 is easily the best racing game out
Can
right
you give
now.
me a Burnout?
By far. Burnout would be fun. I would love Burnout.
I like Burnout. I like the arcadey ones. Some of those. Man, I have it's like Hot Racers or something. It's an arcade game.
Like Hot Wheels or something?
It's like little Hot Wheel cars, but it's you can do flips and cool
Yeah.
stuff. And the tracks are like Mario Kartish.
Yeah.
I'll get down on some of that.
Yeah, I'd
Freak
play a
out
kart
there.
racer. That'd be cool.
But no, I'm not digging the car games.
I can't wait for Forza
But
Horizon 3.
SSX, I wanted to ask you about
Yeah,
that.
SSX was, I never played it before when it was originally out, so that was my first time getting into it, and it made me want to play Amped so bad. Amped is like the best snowboarding game ever. It's the skate of snowboarding, and this was good. I mean, it's a fun game. It's super out there, arcadey and everything, but
I hate that.
it was okay. Like, that's why I stopped playing. I played that for, maybe half an hour, got through some of the races and things, and it was like, it was too easy to like land all the tricks and stuff, so I gave up.
Man, even Cool Borders was more fun than
Oh, yeah,
SSX.
Cool Borders. I used to play that on demo discs. Like
Dude,
the
yeah.
first race over and over and over again.
Cool Borders 2, but I've never actually played Cool Borders 1. I don't even know what they made it for.
I don't remember. I think I was playing on PlayStation, the original PlayStation.
Yeah, I could take an amp though. Oh my gosh, amp skate. I just want to skate.
Yeah, I can't wait until that comes to backwards compatible. That's gonna be. I'm getting that immediately because I have it in my closet for my Xbox 360. I'm gonna immediately load that up and play it.
I got mine. Disc is probably broken, like all my skate games.
That thing broke a long time ago.
I think I'm just gonna buy it digitally, just renew it, give them some money for it, show them that we want a new skate game.
There you
Like
go.
$20. It better not be more than $20.
Well, if you get Red Dead right now, I think Red Dead Redemption's $40 brand new digital, which is kind of crazy. I mean, it's an awesome game, but that's a lot for a last gen game.
Yeah, not doing it. Well, for skate, I probably would.
Yeah. I also got a monitor this weekend, so my monitor came in, same one that you got, and I played a little bit of SWAT and some Slayer. That's all I had time for. But my God, it makes a world of difference, and I noticed it immediately. It was insane. I was texting you right away, and it was just so much fun. Like, I just really want to play really bad now because it was a ton of fun. I was playing all last week. I mean, we played Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I got some games in on Saturday. Getting all that consistency going. I actually started playing pretty well by the end of the week. So I've been feeling good about my game, and then I got the monitor, and I think that's just going to take me up another notch.
Yeah, when did you get the monitor?
Saturday. Well, I ordered it on Thursday. It came Saturday.
Oh man, we didn't get to play all weekend. I didn't really play too much on the weekend either.
Yeah. That's tough
I'm
sometimes.
pumped, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah.
We're gonna rip. You're gonna love it.
Oh, I already do. I even got my new setup going. It's awesome.
Ready to go.
Yeah.
Hopefully you can get some games in tonight.
Yeah, let's get this done, and then we'll play some Halo for sure.
And that's it for the show, guys.
We're done. Thanks for tuning in. Just listen to us BS for 10 minutes.
Yep. That's it. That's all you get.
All right, well, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed yet, you can find us on iTunes. Hit subscribe, give us a rating and review. You can also find us on Stitcher, SoundCloud, gosh, all those podcast apps. You can find us on there. Give us a little subscribe, give us a rating, review, give us that love. We would really, really appreciate it. And you can also find us on Twitter at part_time_elite, or send us an email at espawngaming@gmail.com. And as always, Cat's got the stream going up on Twitch over there. That is also twitch.tv/part_time_elite every Monday night when we record this podcast. We also stream it live, about 7 p.m. Eastern time every week. So if you want to catch us live, tune in there. You can ask us some questions, and we'll answer them for you right away as we get them coming in, Caller Online 1 style.
Yes, sir. I'm so glad that's the first episode you didn't forget to call out the Twitch.
I know. I'm slowly getting that one.
Nice. Nailed it that time. Good stuff.
So you guys have also heard us talk a lot about Loot Crate. We did some unboxing videos, which you can find on our YouTube channel, Espawngaming. And today's the last day, so this won't release until the pre-orders are done. But hopefully you did pre-order the new Halo Legendary Crate. If you didn't, those will be coming out in September, and hopefully you can snag one then. But if you go to lootcrate.com/DeltaHalo right now and use the code DeltaHalo at checkout, you can save $3 off a subscription. It's awesome. It's about 10%, and you can get some really cool gaming goodness to your doorstep every month, or whatever your subscription setup is. So I definitely encourage you guys to do that. That's going to be super cool. We love the stuff that we got, and I'm wearing this crazy shirt that I got in my box.
Look at that thing.
It's insane. This guy, apparently he's like the Goblin King from, I guess the movie's called Labyrinth.
You've never seen The Labyrinth?
No.
Oh my god, man. You need to get out there and watch that movie.
I'll see if I can track it down.
We're not even going to talk about it until you watch it.
All right.
I probably should rewatch it. It's old.
It's that good.
Super old. It's
good.
good,
huh?
It's good for when it came out. Pretty funny, a lot of it now if you really watch it. So,
well, with all of this going on, it has to be funny. I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, check out the Loot Crates, but hopefully the actual the discount will work, but hopefully our link will work. We've been having some trouble with it.
Yeah, having some serious issues with Twitter. Apparently they've marked our account as spam for some reason. Anytime we try to tweet out our Loot Crate link, it doesn't allow us to do it. So we're having some issues there. We'll try and straighten that out for you guys. But yeah, go get that. And I was reading today that one lucky person that gets the Halo Mythic crate will receive the actual helmet that Mike Coulter wore as Jameson Locke in Halo Nightfall. That show that wasn't very good that came out before Halo 5. But it's sweet because it's the actual prop from the show. That's pretty legit. I would like to get that.
Yeah, maybe they'll just send it to us.
Yeah, let's
Too
just
bad there's no duplicates.
beg enough. I'd take a replica even. Just have them like sign it. Something like that.
Just sign it. It's fine.
Come on, Mike. Luke Cage. Do us a solid. But I want to shout out to Nameless Ghoul. He picked up a crate. He picked one up and sent us the confirmation of that on Twitter, and super pumped to have him getting that, and can't wait to see what you get, Nameless. So you'll have to do a little video or take a little pic and send it to us, because we can't wait to see all that loot that you get. And yeah, pumped about that.
And that's it for our Loot Crate plug.
And now we are moving on to the challenge portion. So last week we polled the audience, all of our followers on Twitter. You guys spoke, and the challenge was that you had to get 5 perfects in a single match of Slayer or Team Arena, and apparently this one was a little bit more difficult for you guys. So the week before, it was 2,000 damage, and we got like 10, 15 entries. This week, only 2. And,
man, we got more votes than we got entries.
Yeah, seriously, you guys were pumped to do this one, but then you couldn't achieve it.
Yeah, and if you didn't take a photo and send it to us, then we have no idea, so...
Exactly.
Assume you did not achieve it.
So congrats to Osborne and Arrowhead for sending those screenshots into us of their Carnage reports. They both got the perfects the 5 perfects in a single match. So congrats to them. They're getting another point for this season of trivia. We still got Sparrow out in the lead, even though he's won a shirt. He's in the lead with 3. Osborne, Arrowhead tied at 2, and then coming up with 1, Fisker, Roach, Method, Mediocre, and Drunken Halo. So congrats to those guys, but you got to step it up in order to win the prize. So we'll unveil the next challenge for this upcoming week at the end of this episode. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Listen all the way to the end. This is going to be a great episode. We have some really cool stuff planned for you guys. So stay tuned to the end, and then we'll show you how you can have another chance at getting a point to win a DeltaHalo t-shirt.
Right, I expected more Drunken Halo entries.
I know, they were talking some crap last week, saying that 2,000 damage was easy.
Yeah, we were getting flooded with photos. This week just trickled in.
Yeah, we'll take it. We'll take whatever they got, but we expect more this next week. Shouldn't be, well, it'll probably be difficult, but you'll have to really focus on it for sure.
Yep, Katie will plummet.
So you mentioned it earlier. We had a game night last Wednesday, which was really probably the best game night we've had to date. We had so many new people hopping in, which was fantastic. Nameless Ghoul, Carnibo,
should have wrote you down.
Swagmaster.
Oh yeah, Swag had some good maps.
Yeah, his maps were the best. So the cool thing that we did this week is we had a good mix of fun custom maps, and then we did some competitive 3-on-3-on-3, 4-on-4, and so on. And we played, we probably played for 4 or 5 hours. And Swagmaster came up at the end with some really good maps. Well, the one was Bounce House, but what was the last one? It was like Zombie Run or something like that.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what it was called, but it was my favorite out of the entire night.
Yeah.
What a cool game type.
That was insane.
So you had objectives. You'd all spawn. It's a zombie game, so one zombie will spawn in a random location. And you'd have to make your way through these obstacles, whether it's driving a mongoose or jumping over walls. And you had to get to like either a truck and close the door, which slowly closed while the zombie's trying to get in there.
That was
or like
the best.
Elevator. Dude, crazy. I've never had this kind of experience in custom games before, other than like my experience with, Tower of Power back in the day.
Yeah.
You actually mentioned the comparison the other night, and what a game type. People are so smart to create that stuff.
I can't believe it.
I could do it. I would buy a DLC pack of just maps like that so I can play them.
That'd be sweet.
Even if it's matchmaking and just throws you in the game with one zombie and you're trying to get, I don't know, man. They could make a whole new game type with just that objective stuff.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the coolest thing about that, which wasn't, I don't even know how this person made it, is like you said, like
sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, but it was called Get to the Chopper.
Get to the Chopper. That's right. Yeah.
Thanks, Nameless, on Twitch for letting us know that.
Oh, thank you, Nameless. But yeah, I mean, the thing was that no one ever got to the chopper. It was hard.
We don't know where the chopper was. The last room I remember was this like green liquid room that it didn't look like you could go anywhere, but you have tons of zombies on you at that point.
That's right. Yeah, because the way it worked was everyone spawned in like a courtyard that had a few rows of brick walls that you had to run and jump over. And as you're running, there's a zombie chasing you down. And you have to get to this, like, delivery van and everyone load into the back of it and wait until the door slowly closes while the zombie's still hunting you. Once that happens, I don't know how this guy did it, but you're all teleported out of there into, like, a cave system. And everyone has to hop on mongooses. Actually, they're gun geese. And I found the best strategy for that gun geese section was definitely to pony up with somebody else. Because once you're on the back, unlimited grenades, you're just picking zombies off left and right. And that gives you enough time to get into the little shop that has an elevator that everyone then needs to load into. And as you're standing in the elevator, someone's got to press the button, and the door, again, slowly closes while zombies start, like, pouring into the room and trying to kill you. And it just goes so on and so forth like that. You get teleported to the next section, you run through an obstacle course, teleported, blah, 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 until there's no more humans left. That was so creative and so much fun. I had a blast playing that one. Like, I think it was 8 rounds, and I just wanted to keep playing.
I know, it was hard to give that one up. So we were seeing, like, I don't know, it's hard to decipher the amount of times we spend on competitive maps.
Yeah.
We spend on maps like that. Because, I mean, I'm more competitive, I guess. I would want to play competitive maps a little bit longer. But that was so much fun, too. So it's kind of hard to, with all of with people that come to play with us, to divvy it up with the right amount of times.
Yeah, so that's something that we were talking about last week after the episode and into the next few days. You know, we're thinking, all right, we had some really great competitive matches, and then our party got larger, and we started playing fun games. And is that necessarily the best way to do it? And I think this is something that we want to get everyone listening. We want your input. Should we split these game nights? Should we rotate them every single week, where one week it's all fun custom games like the zombie one, like Sumo Pit, like Bounce House, Jenga, I mean, so on. There's so many different versions that we could play, so many different game types that we could play, just with big parties and having a ton of fun. And then the following week would be straight up competitive. We'd get teams of 4 and just either roll 8s, 4v4 all night, or, you know, we can have 3 teams of 4 and, you know, sub teams in and out, however it might work out. But we want to get your guys' input. Should we separate it out where one night it's straight on competitive and another night it's just fun, or should we mix it up? Because we want to make sure you guys are getting the best experience when you tune in. We don't want people that aren't into all the competitive matches to not have fun. You know, we want to dedicate as much time to just having a good time as possible. So please let us know on Twitter, Gmail, however you can get a hold of us. If you're on Twitch right now, sound off there as well. We'll put a poll up on Twitter this week, let it run until next week, and we'll try and decide. But I think that would be really great to get your input, and I personally would love to do some competitive now that I got this monitor, and I'll be running people over. But, you know, I had so much fun with the fun games as well.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can even get a little bit more detail if you guys want to give other suggestions. Like in competitive night, if we do the rotation, we could do like a point system. I don't think I'm really getting into straight up tournaments and set up teams and where you're practicing before you come, but more like random teams. You get a point for winning yourself. If you're on the winning team, just get a point. Some kind of system like that where it keeps the rotation and fresh players up against each other, so it's not just a team rolling another team.
Yeah, I like random teams. It's good.
So, and I know Drunken Halo does a thing like this as well. I don't know how they actually set their stuff up. If I ever get a chance, I'd want to play in one. It's just it's hard to find the time.
Yeah,
unless it's on our schedule.
Yeah.
But something like that would be pretty cool. I'd be interested in seeing the thoughts of you guys for that kind of stuff and seeing if we can set that up.
Yeah. So we'll put that poll up again and see what you guys think. You also mentioned earlier that you were doing Social Snipers. That was back and you're picking people's heads off. Everybody, if you haven't had a chance, Social Snipers is back. That was back over the weekend, so it really does remain to be seen how long that one's going to stick around. As we've seen, they are finally starting to rotate these playlists out pretty quickly, but I know it was a welcome addition to the playlist hopper for you.
It's just weird that they had Social Snipers, then they switched, and then they switched it right back to Social Snipers.
Yeah. Does
that mean anything? Are we going to get ranked snipers?
It could be. I know they continue to talk about adding more playlists to the rotation. But I mean, honestly, the only permanent one we've seen is doubles, which I love. But yeah, I mean, I gotta assume if they're bringing it back this quickly that they're trying to either gain more data on how to balance it so that they can bring it back ranked or something to that effect. I don't know.
Maybe they're just testing data, seeing how many people actually go to show up and play.
That could be too.
Snipers. So I guess just do what we did for doubles and say you just want, ranked snipers now. Just keep adding to the list, and then we'll go for something next, and then something after that.
Yeah. I mean, ideally, that's how they would do it, and then they could have some social playlists. So they also talked about this week in the weekly update that Action Sack is being considered. They announced it, but they didn't announce a date yet. So they're working with community forgers to figure out what are the maps, what are the game modes, what are the things that should be included in the single playlist, which I'm pumped about. Get some awesome game modes together in Action Sack and let us kind of have at it. So that's one of those social ones that I could see stick around for a while at least.
Yeah, I mean, any and all social playlists at this point are welcome. Yeah. Anything, it's fine.
That's true. I mean, it's been great having the ability to get a group of guys together and do the customs on game night because we have the ability to try any of these things out. But for people that don't have the ability to group up with a bunch of people, that's something that's probably pretty useful, pretty attractive to them for sure.
And, I mean, if you guys don't have friends playing, community games, just join our game night.
Yeah.
Announce it on Twitter. You can join up and see what it's all about.
Yeah. It seems like every week we get more people, so we love that, and we're open to everybody hopping in. So don't be shy if you don't want to send us a note or something. Get at us on Xbox Live. Just hop in. We are totally open to anyone playing with us.
Yeah, any skill level, too. I mean, we'll help you play. We'll give you tips if you want them. If you want them. We won't force tips on you, I swear. But no, it's any level. Anybody can join. It's all fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And I got to give a shout out to Moses_FPS on Twitter. He put together the most complete list of notable people in the HCS scene, including like pro players, their teams, amateur players, casters, media, podcasts, meaning us. And they put all the Twitter links, YouTube's, websites, every single thing that you can follow to stay up to date with the HCS scene. It's absolutely fantastic. We'll track down that link and include it in the show notes, but I would urge you guys to, one, follow him on Twitter because he's definitely a great resource to stay up to date with what's happening in the HCS world, but also check out that document that he put together because there's so many cool people on there that you can follow and people that love Halo. So just immerse yourself in the scene and really get to be into kind of what's happening out there because it's a really exciting time, and we'll talk more about really what's happening with the HCS scene in our weekly intel this week. But I definitely urge you to check that out, and we'll have the link in the show notes as we mentioned. One final note before we move on to a good segment of the show we know everybody loves. There's something that I found, not necessarily Halo related, but with the Olympic Games going on right now in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, there's an event called Egames that's happening today and tomorrow, actually, Monday the 15th and the 16th, during the Olympics in Rio de Janeiro. It is, Egames, it's a battle of teams from countries all around the world. So we got Brazil, Canada, Great Britain, Germany, Argentina, Mexico, USA, and Trinidad and Tobago. They're battling it out in Smite and Super Smash Bros. Basically just for respect and medals. So very mimicking the Olympic Games, and I think it's awesome. Not necessarily something, I like seeing it as a side deal, not in the Olympics. It's one of those things, yeah, it's cool. Get people from different countries together to battle it out, and I think it's fun. I don't know if it's something that ever needs to be repeated multiple times throughout the year, but I think it's a pretty interesting concept, and I like seeing at least creative ideas with esports and getting countries involved and going at that scale,
Oh yeah, definitely. Just to see it played down there. The choice of games is actually really cool. I like the games that they're playing. Very, very observer, watcher friendly games,
That
especially Super Smash
for
Bros. You
sure.
can get into that easily.
Yeah.
I mean, I was watching one match where a player was Princess Peach, and what they do, they use the bubble a lot, and they're always falling off the edge. You're like, oh, that person's got him for sure, and then she pops back up and flies back on. It's like very repetitive,
Yeah.
but it's easy to understand,
Yeah.
and for games to be broadcasted for viewers that aren't necessarily into the games, anything that's easy to watch is something that people are gonna watch.
Yeah, I mean that's a
And it
great
makes
point. That's a great point. Get those casual people in, at least give them a way to easily understand what the heck is going on.
Especially Nintendo. I mean, everyone knows Princess Peach and
Yeah.
Nintendo characters, most of them. So it's a very, very good broad game to use in a setting like that. Good choice, I feel.
Yeah, I totally agree. And there's a ton of skill. There's a ton of skill out there for Super Smash Bros.
Yeah, stuff is crazy, man. You ever get on Twitch and watch somebody speedrun Mario Brothers 1?
No, no.
It's like sickening. They do them. It's crazy. So they get a bunch of teams. They keep the teams timers down at the bottom so you can like keep up with all the teams while you're watching one streamer. And they can finish maps in like seconds, man. It's
What?
perfect. Jumps are perfect. They do this glitch jump in the beginning maps where they jump before one of the tubes, glitch on it, and then jump over it. And like they just have the jumps perfectly timed
Good
all the way.
Lord.
Spots that take me like 4 tries are just like, "Doop, done."
That's nuts.
Yeah, it is nuts. I mean, it's like within 15 minutes, I feel like they finish the game.
Well, I mean, like any of those speedrunning things are insane too. Like I was watching, what was it during Halo? Is either Halo 5 or MCC's release day? They had somebody speedrunning Halo 2, I think, and there were so many glitches that people found that you can just shortcut so many of the missions. It's insane. Like I just don't understand how these things are found like that. Like I don't know. It just blows my mind. But I think it's cool. I mean, it's cool to watch because you never think about a game that way when you're playing it yourself.
Yeah, you're like, how do these guys not mess up? Such consistency. I didn't know they speed ran Halo 2. I'm gonna have to YouTube that one.
Yeah, I think they've speedrun all the Halos. Probably, at least.
Probably, yeah.
I would check it out for sure.
By a squad that just crushes it every time a new Halo comes out.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, ready to go.
Yeah, totally. Well, without delaying any longer, let's get to the greatest segment of the show, Cat's Cultured Corner. This is Cat's Cultured Corner, where Cat stops being polite and starts getting real.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Cat's Cultured Corner, a place where you can, eat the ethnic salad that I've got here for you. This week, it's going to be, I'm trying to keep an Olympic themed. So this one's going to be all about mud, sweat, and beers. Germany's Mud Olympics. So to cite my sources again, onesmallworld.com. They have a lot of cool things. It's actually, before I get into it, it's a pretty serious organization that helps cancer research and everything like that. You guys can actually partake in this if you get there in time. It's €5 an entry. Okay, so into the Mud Olympics. This is really good stuff. It's actually you're playing normal sports like soccer, football, all that stuff. You're playing it, but you're playing it in this thick mud. You're going to find this place in, excuse my pronunciation of these, I'm going to definitely butcher them, Brunsbüttel, Germany. So Brunsbüttel is near the, it's kind of pressed to the mouth of the Elbe River. And what's so special about this place, it's a really little town. The only thing that this town, I guess, is known for is a nuclear plant that's there. But don't think anything about waste. This mud is clean. So it's in Brunsbüttel, next to the Elbe River, which is one of Europe's busiest shipping lanes. Now these ships, what they do is they go through, and they're so constant, the constant amount of ships that go through, it creates this waves. And towards the outside of to the harbor area, on the shoreline, it actually filtrates this mud. It filtrates this mud, anything that's in it. It's not going to smell fishy. It doesn't smell toxic. It is reported to be the nicest mud in the world. It is the cleanest mud you'll ever feel. You get it through as my sources say, you get it in your hands and in your feet, and it feels like silk. It almost will layer you like an extra protective layer of skin, but it's so comfortable, everybody says. They just roll in it when they get there. So they get in this muddy area and they just play sports. Score is kept. You got handball, you have volleyball, football, soccer, which is actually soccer over there. They're not playing American football. Don't want you to make the mistake of that. Sled racing probably seems to be the coolest. But yeah, so they get together and play these sports. It's just like the Olympics. You can actually head down there. It's going to be $5. Yep, Brunsbüttel, Northern Germany. It's going to start around July. Just got to check the website, onesmallworld.com. They'll come out with details with that. And it's going to basically, why you go there is to indulge your inner child and plant a nice wet fistful of mud into the face of someone you love. Sounds like the greatest Olympics ever. But you got to check that out. €5 if you make it down there. Not very expensive. Goes to a good cause. And while you're there, you get to try to break a world record, a Guinness World Record. This is going to make the entire trip worth it. So what you're going to do, everybody gets down there. Now last year's record, or 2014's record, was 350 people making mud angels. So you're going to get in that nice mud, and you're going to flop around and make a nice mud angel, and possibly be in the Guinness World Book of Records. So €5, euros, I guess they're not euro dollars, €5. And I mean, you can break a record, and you can possibly win an Olympic medal. So that's this week's Cat's Cultured Corner. I hope you've taken something good from this, and I'll see you next week.
Thanks for stopping by Cat's Cultured Corner. We'll be back next week with more cat and more culture and hopefully some more ethnic salad. Pulled that one out. The ethnic salad. That was nice.
Yeah, on the fly of that one. I almost went blank.
Whew.
Scrumptious.
That's some amazing stuff right there. People just playing in the mud.
Yep, that's what I'm saying, man. That's something we need here, but where are you going to get that mud here? Everything's toxic.
It's true. It's true. You'd have to go out to like...
Carolinas, I feel like, probably have some good clay.
Carolinas? I was thinking like Wisconsin.
Clay kind of smells fishy, though, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, New York clay smells fishy. I don't like it.
Get some nice clay. Get some like ceramic pot clay.
Just to roll around in it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You get to feel what it feels like to be in Brunsbüttel. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. It sounds really good.
I have no idea.
So, yeah.
You might have a little bit of an accent. It's throwing it off.
Yeah. My New York accent. We're all from New York City here. Actually, that's probably not how they sound. I don't even know.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I'm terrible at impressions.
That's why we have MattyIce. Keep him around for.
Yeah, impressions. And one-liners.
Impressions and one-liners. Movie quotes.
Movie quotes.
All right, so one final point before we hop into the weekly intel. We want to remind you guys to stay tuned to the roster mania that is occurring right now with the HCS Pro League rosters. Everybody's shuffling around. If you tune into Twitch and follow some of these guys, the pros, you'll see them running with different players every single night. You got Snipe Down, Hook running with different people, Natives running with different people, Spartan, Stellar. I mean, everybody's trying to figure out what is the right team, what's the right chemistry to make a run at the crown for next season and really to make a run at CLG. So I really do encourage you to check out any of them on Twitch. It's been a ton of fun watching them every single night because, I mean, to be honest, they're super entertaining, lethal, Snipe Down. It's so much fun to watch them. I mean, Ogre, too, I know he's not in the Pro League anymore. He's retired, but he streams all the time now, too. He's a ton of fun to watch. So find someone that you like and just follow along. See what they're up to. See what they're talking about. A lot of them will talk strategy if they're playing with a team that they think that they might join up with next season. Talk a lot of strategy, and it's super interesting just to get a little glimpse into what goes into preparing for a match and all of the team communication and strategy that you really need to be prepared for if you want to compete at that level. So check that out. And for this week's Weekly Intel, we're going to talk a lot more about Pro League. really special event happening right now up at 343's headquarters in Washington. So let's get into the weekly intel. This week, for the weekly intel, as I said, we are talking all about the HCS Summit, which sounds pretty official, if you ask me. 343 Industries put this together, the HCS Summit. They invited us, representatives from each team of the Pro League to come up to their headquarters in Washington State, up by Seattle, and do some play testing, give some feedback on the season, things that they would like to see going into Season 2 that actually, if you guys don't know, starts up in September, and things that they'd like to see, things that they think 343 could improve on, and any additions in general that they would like to see into the Pro League. And we want to just take the time to talk about what are some things that after an entire season and a LAN tournament in the books, what are some things that we think that they could take into account, 343 ESL, to really step up Season 2 to the next level. So, Kat, why don't you kick it off with one that comes up in front of your mind right now?
So right off the bat, I'm hoping for a more structured roster rules, like, and how teams are going to be, well, basically structured, and how they're going to keep players together, and how they're going to manage teams, not players. That's going to be the biggest game changer, I think, in this next setup. I don't feel as though they're just going to roll in with the same rules, because we're building now. It's getting a lot bigger. They have some time to prepare. I really think that they're probably going to show us some different kind of rules for the structure.
I mean, it'll be interesting because you made a good point. This is Season 2. I mean, this is not meant to stagnate. Obviously, with the Summit, they want to continue to improve and grow and improve. I just said improve twice. They want to continue to make this better each season. And, I mean, this is a really interesting one. I mean, there have been articles written. Shout out to Aladdin for sending us an article by IGN. They were talking about the structure of other pro leagues as well. So, like League of Legends versus Dota 2, and how League of Legends rosters, the organizations, the players have salaries that keep rosters together, whereas Dota 2 has really big prize pools, and that's why rosters shuffle around in order to get those big prize pools. Winning is a payday, so it is crucial to continue to shift around. And if the structure continues to stay the same for Halo, it'll be interesting to see what they decide to do, whether there's some sort of incentives or whatever it may be. I know right now the payouts take months and months and months to reach the players, which is a complete shame. I mean, these guys need the money. Like, this is their payday. This is their salary in order to pay the bills, and it's taking 343 a very long time to pay out. And personally, that's not cool. I think that's something that they need to fix immediately. I know that comes down to accounting and their payroll, but I mean, not their payroll, but it comes down to accounting within their company and accounts payable, and they just need to straighten that out, because stringing the guys along, guys that are really giving this game life, need to get paid.
Yeah, the amount of just advertisement they're getting through this is just insane. They definitely need to get paid. That's just terrible for the gamers. And going back on large prize pools and salaried gamers, making large prize pools the ones that you see the roster shuffle a lot, you got to start thinking about longevity of the sport too. I mean, obviously that game's got some longevity, but for a full-out structure, for the same people getting paid, if you're just stacking teams like that, like, how does anybody survive in the gaming world, becoming a pro gamer, getting paid throughout its lifespan? Also, what makes it seem like, I guess if you're gunning for the lead, but even the people that are good that can keep the sport like large and structured, like the normal, like NFL and NHL and stuff like that, like, how are these people, why do they want to play? Like, what's going to give them initiative to stay in this? It's a full-time job. I mean, from the Halo Bowl, just trying to prepare for that was nothing compared to what these kids have to do. This is their job.
Yeah.
And some kind of like core structure of pay for these, I feel like could really change the longevity and
It could completely change it up because you look at the Roy and Lunchbox, the two brothers. They're both electricians full time. That is their job full time. Then they come home and grind, and that's how they make a living. That's how they pay the bills. I know a lot of these guys, especially the optic guys, do a ton of streaming, and that's how they help balance out the lack of prize money because they're not very good, at least in season 1, with paying the bills. They got to make money somehow, and streaming is another source of income. But yeah, totally agree. I mean, there needs to be a way for these guys to provide and continue to not have to live tournament to tournament. You got to be able to make money somehow in order to fully focus. And again, with CLG, if they're always going to be claiming all these tournaments as it seems right now, they look like they are, just unbeatable. If they continue to claim the top prize, it really makes it tough for other teams to compete because those guys aren't making any money. They're going to have to do something else that takes time away from practicing, and it's just one of those vicious cycles. So it'll be interesting to see how that shakes out. I don't know if we'll see that in Season 2 because that's a massive, massive change. But I would love to see something where they try and take steps at least to modify it and do something to step it up, bring some sort of structure to it.
Yeah, those guys are just making massive amounts of money on CLG. They're definitely pulling in some dough. It's all organizational stuff too. The organizations are pulling in money from other organizations. It's just a big stock market of gaming if you're playing for prize pool money and stacking teams. Mm-hmm. Like it almost doesn't seem fair in a way if you're able to just stack teams to gain prize money. I don't like that attitude of it. Personally,
yeah, it's different. It's different, and I think it's so foreign to any casual viewer that it's hard to fully pick up and understand. And this goes to my next point. It's hard to understand because there's zero information out there about any of this. They don't share any of this data. They don't share how teams are set up, how the rosters are set up, what are the rules, what are the guidelines, and even more past that. Events, ticketing, prize money, formats, everything. I mean, the amount of communication that we've received from 343 and ESL has been so abysmal through Season 1 that it's so hard to understand what's happening with this league at pretty much every single point throughout the season, and it's really frustrating.
I know. Oh, I've always had trouble trying to find anything about this. I mean, the poor European League has one post in like 3 months.
It's pathetic. I mean, come on. Halo is a global sport. Start acting like it.
Yeah, and I feel like online media presence isn't that hard to conduct. I mean, it is, but I feel like they have the resources to get a couple people that are just manning.
No, that is not a stretch at all. That should be step
one.
The
forefront.
My God, that should be the first thing they did. Create an entire hub for Halo esports. Like, what is going on? Like the Halo.gg, the slim site that they have set up right now that needs serious rehab and just needs a lot of TLC to get up to snuff because right now it's bad. I mean, it's impossible to find schedules. It's really difficult to find standings and individual stats. Basically impossible unless you go to a third-party site, which a fan created, which, yeah, that's fantastic, but 343, step your game up. Don't rely on the community for everything.
Yeah, or find the people in the community and pay them to do it.
Yeah, or that, too.
Use your resources. There's people out there that want to be a part of you. They're begging to make this stuff for you. You just find them. Somebody will make it.
Yeah, exactly.
Love it. I'll love it.
We'll freaking consume that every single day. Like, I want nothing more than to be able to go onto their site and pull up all this extensive data, understand months in advance what the schedule looks like, where the finals are going to be. So in case we do want to take a trip out there, we can buy tickets to the event. We can buy plane tickets. Nobody outside of the local, like LA, California area was able to make it to that finals because 2 weeks in advance, who can scramble to get the funds for a plane ticket and an event and a hotel and be able to get out there? I mean, come on, think about your audience, mid-20s to late 20s. We don't have the income that we can just throw around on those types of things last minute. It's not possible.
And if you do, I mean, you have that income because you're probably working a ton of hours. You're not just going to take off work within 2 weeks. That's my problem. Like, I'll have to have a month and a half in advance if I'm going to plan something that's going to take me more than 3 days or 2 days. I guess in the kind of immediate areas, you can do a day or 2 days. But like if it's people like us, I mean that's a 5 day trip.
Yeah, I mean, I swear, it's unbelievable that they cannot figure out how to plan these events further out. Like right now, they should understand. Like before season 2 even begins, they should know the venue, the city, the date, the time, all the details behind the event, so they can let people know. And that's what, 2 months in advance. That's not even enough time, really. It is good, but like it needs to be longer.
All they got to do is hire like a concert agent that books concert at venues. You got the whole concert tour a year ahead in advance of where they're going to be.
Just get an event planning agency. It's not hard. Like many brands use them. Just figure it out. Like
just figure it out.
Literally.
I want to know when things are happening.
Yeah,
months in advance.
Everybody does. It's yeah.
They've got like the idea of like super major ones probably, but you're like intermediate ones you don't know anything of.
No, don't know a darn thing. And that kind of leads into, we would love to see more LANs, whether it's amateur and opens, or honestly more pro league matches should be LAN. Like there's absolutely no reason something that has so much importance and so much impact on the season is done entirely online. It's unbelievable. It doesn't bring the fans close to the teams. It doesn't bring any interaction into play. Like these events, like if you're able to go to it, if they all take place in LA through the entire season, you're able to get set up out there, whatever it may be. Maybe it's more central location, but you get these teams together for these LANs multiple times throughout the year, whether it's 75% of the season or more. I mean, that just brings in another revenue stream. That brings in more fans. That grows your sport. That gives you more opportunity for advertising. Like I think there's just so much positive to doing that as long as they can find the dough to do it, which I think is really a big piece that prevents it from happening, they need to. They got to step it up, and especially for amateurs and opens. Like, let's start to foster that community. And I know that's something we went on and on about last week, so we don't need to dive into it. But at the very least, more pro LANs, please.
Yeah, I mean the community is asking for it. We see this a lot, Reddit, just in forums, news articles. It's something that people want. So we're not off base, asking for this kind of stuff.
No, it's not crazy. I mean, look at any other sport. Maybe it's not esports, but why does Halo have to be like every other esport? There's no reason. Give us a reason to go to a location to watch some matches. Like that's a huge miss for season 1. I think improve on it in season 2 and continue to build that out. I think that would be huge. And I think we talked about it a little bit on some of our past shows, where the dates and times, Thursdays and Friday nights, I think that might need to be reconsidered. Personally, Friday nights are tough, especially when it doesn't start until 7 or 8 o'clock and end at 12, midnight, maybe 1. People have lives. They want to go out. If you're dedicating a Thursday and Friday night every single week to it, it's tough. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's selfish, but I feel like they could definitely improve what days of the week they're going to be streaming these matches.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen improvements from the beginning of when they were streaming them, but Thursday and Friday nights, I mean, you want to go out, but Friday night's a very open night for a lot of people to be able to watch that. At least it's not work related.
I mean, it's the first night of the week where people can actually go do things with their friends, but instead you're going to stay home and watch something.
I know. I mean, I agree with you on the idea that it's a bad time for trying to get life stuff going on, but then I disagree in the fact that that's, I guess if you wanted to watch it, you don't need to be a FOMO about it,
I guess. I mean, but take Wednesday and Thursday nights, like during the weeknights where people are at home waiting for something to come on TV. Like,
yeah, it's true. I mean, those are big nights on shows. Thursdays, huge night for normal TV. Fridays are another big night for TV. So I've got shows for that. And then Sunday, I mean, how are you going to compete against like actual sports, I guess you're really
Yeah,
segregating.
Sunday's tough.
So Sunday's tough too, and I mean, come on, a Monday or a Tuesday, you're just like shifting it to the side.
Can't be
And
Monday because it's Monday Night Football and we record on Monday night, so it'd have to be a different night.
I mean, Tuesday nights would be great if they start after 9 when I get done work. So
Great.
it's all they have their work cut out for them. I mean, I don't think they're off base with Thursday and Friday nights just because, I mean, they do kind of make sense,
You can't satisfy everybody.
but you can't satisfy everybody. So I guess you'll get on Friday, you'll just get a lot of people from, or is it Saturday nights? Thursday, it's Thursday and Friday, or Thursday and
Thursday and
Saturday.
Friday. Thursday and
Thursday
Friday.
and Friday. So Friday nights, you'll get a lot of gamers that can't drink.
I
And
mean,
then-
and even then, you get people that stay home and drink. It's maybe I'm blowing it out of proportion.
See,
but
I guess those times when you stay home and drink, you got to be playing that in the background like a football game.
yeah,
So you gotta make it around the game. You gotta
Yeah.
set a game party, have all the friends over, and just have the game on in the background. Dude, that sounds awesome.
that would be fun.
It's hard finding, I mean, dedicated like we're getting bigger. It's getting easier to pull something like this off, but I mean, I don't have very many because we do this podcast. We're in different states. I mean, I do got MattyIce around here, but a lot of the guys I work with, they're not into the esports thing.
I
So
don't-
it's a
yeah.
segregated community.
No, yeah,
So I guess it's tough. You gotta start making it happen. Really,
yeah.
just bring them over, put on a game, just have like a normal party, and just have the game in the background. Maybe people will just start watching it.
Yeah, I mean, it all it takes is one step at a time.
Yep. So we're calling everybody. Just have house parties with games on football, and then this will change everything.
Yeah, exactly. That's the first step.
But I mean, and Thursday nights I work like 8:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. and then I have to work 8:30 a.m. again on Friday, so I can't watch Thursday nights.
Yeah.
I'm at home in bed.
Yep.
But that's me who works 13 hours every Thursday. Not very many people unless you sell cars. You work a lot of hours.
So those were a lot of structured, more on the league structured points, more focused on 343 and how they handle it, and we want to move a little bit into more focused on actual gameplay and streaming of these games. So right off the top, I mean, this is a massive one. Spectator mode is a very it's a big issue within the community because it's not the best way to watch a competitive Halo match right now. I mean, they haven't figured out, they haven't built out a way that makes it accessible for someone that is new to Halo to watch and understand what's happening. And even for people that are more seasoned, you miss so much of the action.
Yeah, I guess. Man, I'm gonna go back to the Attack of the Show days when we were watching like Knights of the Old Republic, I want to say, or just like a Star Wars game, and then Unreal Tournament. Those games. So I think they absolutely nailed the cameras and stuff on those types of games. I was just so enthralled with that stuff.
What they do.
So, like, I don't want to completely say I hate the Halo. It definitely needs improvement, but I do enjoy watching the first person, even though the reticle's a little bit off, because really they just need to update their actual system that does it to make it a little bit more accurate. I don't hate the way that they do it, but I think stationary cameras, like if you could just have your own dedicated observer mode and just basically set the cameras up, like, man, it would be so cool. You could just go in the maps and have stationary cameras that you already had preset, like set up in certain areas of the maps and hot areas that that if you're on a first person gunfight, you can easily just click on that camera in that area and show like the two people bubbled together shooting each other.
Yeah.
I know first person shooters, and I like to see it from the first person angle, but I don't think they should be shying away from showing group battles like that, like actual modes of just maybe say in not Truth. I guess I could use Truth, but Coliseum. Blue or red bases, like maybe have a camera stationed right above red base or blue base when they're running in for the flag. You can see the guy grab it, and you can see other ones stationed shooting, guys around you. I think just area cameras like that would make a huge observer improvement.
Right, because right now it feels very very individually focused. So you have individual skill being the marquee rather than team play, which is why competitive Halo is so exciting. All of the team, the strategies that people put together, the way teams set up, control maps, that's something that you kind of miss in all of the first person mode, and it's something that I love hearing in listen-ins when you're actually hearing the guys talk about how they're setting up, where they want to move to, what they want to do next, and being able to hear the coach as well. Like, I love the listen-ins, and I feel like they could do more of those, to be honest.
Listen-ins?
Oh,
and
yeah.
I feel like they've cleaned up their chat a lot. Well,
They have.
They
for the
have.
most part.
I mean, it's not perfect, but
It never will be.
Yeah, I mean, intense moments like that. God, if they did listen in on football players all the time.
Right, that's the thing.
Man, you hear some. It's crazy that they do it on national television.
Yeah.
Actually. They must know. Somehow they must let them know they're listening. Maybe a little beep in their helmet.
Well, it's a tape delay. So
that's
assuming
right.
They have a bit of a chance to at least block something out if it happens.
That's right. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes complete sense now. So yeah, they've cleaned that up. Listen-ins are fun. You get to really see what it's like, them playing and screaming and shouting at each other. I mean, you can almost feel more of the mood of the game too when you're hearing it.
Yeah.
If a team's getting stomped and how they're communicating, you can almost tell if they're just going to give up or come back or whatever. It's cool.
Yeah.
You get them at the right
agree.
moment, but it's hard to get them at the right moment if you don't do it very often.
It kind of, as you were talking, there was like a counterpoint to that. So it's like you get more listen-ins, but that also equals less like time for the casters to talk about what's happening, which on one hand is good because I feel like the casters, at least from a color standpoint, was lacking this season. Aside from guys like T Squared, Towie, Ryanoob when they were streaming their or hosting matches and casting them. But I feel like when you get knowledgeable players like that or ex-players like that on the color side of the casting booth, you get so much more insight into what teams are doing, the strategies they're taking, and why they're doing certain things rather than always just freaking out about snipe shots or who knows, ninjas. Like, yeah, we know those are going to happen. We kind of expect it. These guys are pros. They're the best at this. You expect them to get awesome no-scopes, awesome snipes. Please stop saying peeling faces and tearing visors and whatever the hell it is. Like, I'm so sick of that phrase. Like, please don't do it. Yes, they're headshots. You don't have to say it every single time. Like, we get it. The snipes are amazing, especially that one that Frosty got on Coliseum to kick off the finals. But it's one of those things where if you want people to learn about what's happening, you need people that are knowledgeable enough to be able to, on the fly, in real time, be able to explain it and explain what teams are thinking.
Yeah, in a consistent way. If you're changing peeling faces, ripping off heads, whatever, we get it to, like you said, we get it to headshot. I don't necessarily dislike when they get excited for a really good shot.
No.
That should happen. I mean,
I
it's
agree.
anything. Hole-in-one in golf. The announcers, they're quiet. They're going to go nuts, you know?
Yeah.
So definitely don't keep the excitement factor down.
No.
But maybe tune in on just trying to stay consistent and educating more of the non-game viewer, like the non-gamer viewer, a little bit more casual.
Right. Be able to let people know what's going on. And I think T-Squared did a fantastic job. I would love to see him be a constant fixture on the casting booth because he was super good. Then you can get whoever you want to do play-by-play stuff. I think there's anyone out there that could handle it. Strong Side and Bravo, as much as I like those guys and what they do, I don't know if they're necessarily bringing the most to the table as other people could. So I'd like to see them make a change there. There's a lot of other things that have kind of been going around, people talking about that I honestly feel like are very nostalgia-focused changes, but I got to bring them up. I got to get your input. Should they keep the AR as a starting weapon? Should they keep it as the same power as it is, or should they nerf it?
Yeah, that's a tough one. Just because for automatic weapons, I mean, there's a lot that's got to go into it. Because if you're gonna nerf your assault rifle, it's gonna hurt the SMG, right? I mean, SMG is a very close range, whereas the AR you're supposed to have a little bit more medium distance, not long range. Do they drop the pistol and give you a battle rifle start like the good old days? I don't see that happening because the pistol is they've developed the game very well around the pistol, I think.
Yeah.
The pistol BR battle, I feel like you can get the BR in a little bit faster, but if you get the 5 shots with the pistol, you're in it still.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy going against battle rifles and DMRs and stuff like that with the pistol. So I feel like they balance really well. But the AR, I mean, I see some people just destroy with it. I mean, it's if you can use it well, it's a monster.
And I wonder if that is a part of what people are talking about, because I mean, I honestly feel like with the amount of movement that Halo 5 has, the AR, yeah, it's easier to get a kill with if you're at the right range, but it's not a sure kill necessarily. If you're, if you're like a medium skill level player, yeah, a pro's going to get that kill every single time, but they're also going to most likely get it with a pistol. Personally think it brings a lot of, I think the balance is perfect where it's at, to be honest. I think, yeah, the storm rifle could come down slightly.
Distance-wise,
that
for
thing's
sure.
a beast. That thing is an absolute beast. But for the assault rifle and pistol starts, I think those are really good and brings a lot of utility into. You don't necessarily need to pick anything up off the map. You are very, very well set off with what you have to be able to compete with everybody. If you don't pick up a BR, if you don't pick up a DMR or a power weapon, you're fine with a pistol and an AR.
Yeah, you can really change the game with your pistol if you're on with that. The AR does have a lot of skill to it. I've noticed lately, because I've been trying to use it a little bit more, because, man, I'll come up on somebody right next to him and just start shooting him with a pistol.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
I'm the same way, to be honest.
Skill shot weapons. But
yeah.
The AR, if you really do hone in your headshots on that, if you start the battle with somebody like straight on and they're hitting you in the body, not in the head, per se, you do get a faster kill on it with the headshot. So if you can, while they're strafing around, keep the AR right there, it's a beast weapon. It's an underrated weapon for sure. So,
and it really plays into my next point with the radar. There's so much controversy around the radar, and I don't want to sound like a fanboy, really. But there's a lot of people talking about, hey, should the radar go? Should it stay? I know back in the day, MLG, it was no radar, BRs. And, that took that skill gap up another notch as well. Right now, I think that the use of the AR and also the radar complement each other well and adds another layer of strategy. If you're coming up on somebody or you're around a corner, you need to be aware of that. You need to utilize crouch. You need to utilize all of your movement skills at your disposal in order to excel at this game. And yeah, you'll get corner campers, you'll get people that do that, but the people that are really good and are able to play as a team, you're not going to get exploited by that.
Yeah, I mean, with the radar, yeah, if you took the radar out of the game, you would pretty much take crouching out, other than shooting and avoidance and stuff like that. Other than that, it's going to render crouch useless. And do you really like campers? No. I mean,
no.
Not at all. But it definitely changes the aspect of the game. You can play fast, you can play slow, you can play to your strengths. If you take crouching out, you're playing to like a sneaky person's strength, maybe even fast-moving gamer's strengths. I mean, you could also camp really hard too, maybe. I don't know. The active camo is actually growing on me, and the way that they have the distance between actually showing up on your radar, as opposed to like the original Halo 2, because I could not play Halo 2 with radar. I absolutely despise radar in Halo 2. I was MLG the whole way. Battle rifle starts, no freaking camo.
Yeah.
Or not camo, but no, you know what I mean.
Yeah, no active camo, yeah.
No, yeah. Well, there's active camo, but no radar. Jesus.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So
I know what you're trying to get at.
It's just weird that in Halo 5, I actually like the radar, and I think it plays nicely to it, especially when you get radar on different levels. You're looking up, but yet they're not there.
Well, they brought the circumference in so much. Like, yes, the beta, you could see somebody from a mile away with the radar. That range was way too big. I thought when they actually released the game, they brought that circumference in nice and tight where it really is between you and other corners, and it prevents someone from just corner camping if they're not crouching.
Yeah, I mean, if they're crouching, they're playing to the game's strength. So
exactly, and I think that, again, to my point, that's another layer of strategy.
Yeah, and the problem is that they really do make a lot of tight turns, and with the way that, I mean, hurts you evading because the way that you evade, because the game is so fast, you can get out of there if you know the right pathways really fast, and this
Yep.
at least gives the attacker an idea of the direction you went. So you can, I mean, you can use the radar to your advantage. You can bait them in with the radar. You can do a lot of things with it, and
Yeah.
I like the aspect of having it
Yeah.
and to not having it.
I totally agree. Totally agree with you.
Creates a lot more clinch situations for the viewers.
Yeah, it does. Like that, I didn't really think about it much, but evasion, staying alive, yeah, staying alive is hugely important. But the actual act of evading and knowing when to pull back from a fight and try to get away and stay alive is really amplified by the radar. And what you do when you're evading, you have to consider the radar every single time.
It's true. Completely.
So my last point here is coming to game mode. So right now they have 3 very strong game modes: Slayer, Capture the Flag, and Strongholds. Should they add anything new, or will it water it down? I feel like it's super tight right now, but there's a lot of other game modes on the table. You got Assault, King of the Hill, Oddball. The list goes on and on. What are you thinking? I mean, they brought the ball in one of the recent DLCs, and pretty much we don't see it anymore, aside from Griffball.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the game types. Might kind of feel a little competitive. I mean, when you're playing best out of 5 or whatever, I guess you don't want to play 5 different game types. But as for like our actual playlists of Arena, I mean, you probably could throw anything in there. But I guess we're going down to it. Out of any of those extra game types that I would like to see in ranked and in the HCS and stuff like that, might have to be, I want to say Assault would be the more Call of Duty-ish way to go about it. What is that, Demolition?
Yeah, you had to plant the bomb.
So something like that I could see watching competitively, because it's easy to understand attack and defend. It might be a little hard to broadcast with the way that they have spectator mode, but if you had those awesome stationary cameras in there, these game types would be awesome and fun to watch. So
yeah,
it's going to dictate a lot on your spectator mode, which we were talking about.
Yeah, it's true.
Different spectator modes will make other game types that much more fun to watch.
That's a good point.
To have the stationary camera in the corner on the base and have someone hiding behind a corner, you're watching the actual scene unfold. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So I guess it's, like I said, spectator mode. Can change
down
everything.
to spectator mode, and you'd like to see, if they're going to add something, Assault.
Yeah. I mean, what would you like to see?
I don't know. It's hard for me to say. I honestly think Breakout would be really fun to see, but it's so different. It's so different from everything else that I don't know how that works into it. I would just love to see that level of skill playing a game type like that. But it's so different. It takes the whole longer time to kill out of the equation.
I don't think Breakout is ranked anymore.
It's not.
It's not. So, I mean, I loved it. I loved it in the beta. I thought this is what I was going to play, was Breakout.
Yeah.
I died on it. I finally got good enough for Slayer, I guess.
Yeah.
I was good at Breakout. I liked it a lot. It's very strategic. I could still play it, but I just don't play it anymore. And now that it's not ranked, I probably won't ever play it.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I mean,
And it could be the end. That could be
even
the
in
end.
our game nights, no one's ever like, "Oh man, let's play a Breakout game." I haven't heard that yet. So, I mean, that's telling us something. That's telling 343 something. At least they do listen. So pretty much they say if a million people aren't playing a game type, they'll just scrap it.
Yeah.
Which may not be the right response to this, but at least they kept it as a social playlist.
Yeah. Keep it in there, because I think the idea, the concept behind it is smart, at least. That's it, guys. That is the weekly intel. We want to hear you sound off. Send us a tweet. Get at us at part_time_elite on Twitter. Send us an email at espawngaming@gmail.com. Any way you can get at us, we'd love to hear your thoughts, things that you would like to see in Season 2 of the HCS Pro League.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in seeing what people have to say.
Yeah, it's good. I always love getting emails from anybody. It's always kind of exciting. Kind of kicked off with Hillary Duff sending us an email, and then kind of spiraled out from there.
Yeah, that was that's an epic email. We should post it one day, pull it again from the archives.
Yeah, we'll see if we can pull that one down and share it out. All right, on to the weekly challenge. We mentioned at the top of the show that we put out a poll last week and let you guys sound off to say what you wanted to hear for last week's challenge. This week, we're taking the challenge that was voted number 2, and we're bringing it to you live. So let's open up this week's weekly challenge. In order to achieve greatness this week and get that point for a chance to get a DeltaHalo t-shirt, we want to see you guys get 3 sticks. 3 stickies with a plasma grenade in a single game of Slayer or Team Slayer. I think this one's going to step it up. This one's going to be a little challenging, I think.
I want to say I feel like it's going to be easy.
Really?
This is a drunken Halo idea.
It is.
Okay? So I hope we'll see some of them participating.
Yep,
they said 2 stickies. We figured we'd ramp it up and do 3 stickies.
Yeah, they're complaining about all of our challenges being easy, so we said, all right, we'll raise you one.
Didn't see any in the headshots. Now we got 3 stickies.
We got Osborne. He's a drunken Halo.
I mean, I thought 3 sticks was a little low. I mean, I wanted to go 4, but we're gonna keep it 3.
Let's keep it 3. Give him a shot.
Give it a shot. Maybe a bonus point if you get 6 or more.
6?
Yeah.
I would say 5 or more, maybe.
This is a bonus point.
All right, fine.
Bonus point. We're not gonna take it easy. Not like 2,000 damage.
All right.
So, I mean, I was doing the no-scopes the other day. In the poll, we had 5 no-scopes, but in defense, social snipers did come back, and I got like 10 plus. I should have taken a photo of it. But
hang on to that one.
Just showing, yeah. I'm thinking 3 is good, 6 for bonuses.
All right, 3 is good, 6 is good for bonuses. Make sure you take a screenshot of that either on your phone or on Xbox Live, and take a screenshot of that post-game Carnage report. Send it to us either on Xbox Live, Twitter, email, as we mentioned, and you could possibly snag yourself a fantastic DeltaHalo t-shirt.
Yeah, ruby, diamond encrusted.
Oh, it's glorious. It's glorious.
Well.
All right, that'll do it for episode 39, Kat. What are your closing thoughts for this week?
Man, just keep an eye again on the trades. We didn't want to get really into it because it's so chaotic right now. I mean, just get in there and just experience the creation of this league right now. I mean, I know we're in season 2. It's still super new. And it's really, really cool just to participate and watching. So I would say just get out there and, dip your toes into the HCS pool.
Yeah, eat a little bit of that ethnic salad, if you will.
Oh yeah, keep cultured. It's always an ending statement.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. Everyone on Twitch, we appreciate you tuning in. Thank you. And we will see you all next week for episode 40.
Thanks, guys.